Stop believing the Hollywood myth that the Great Pyramids have always stood as lonely, beige ruins in an empty desert. If you think you know what ancient Egypt looked like, Assassin's Creed Origins is about to shatter your reality. You've probably walked past the Sphinx in-game and thought, wait, why is it painted bright red? Is this a developer's fantasy or a historical truth we've forgotten? By the end of this video, you'll realize that the Giza you explore as Bayek is actually more accurate than what you see in history textbooks. To understand the accuracy of Giza in Origins, we first need to understand the timeline. When you play the game, you aren't seeing the pyramids being built, you are playing in 49 BCE, during the reign of Cleopatra. To the main character Bayek, the Great Pyramid of Khufu was already 2,500 years old. It was as ancient to him as the Colosseum in Rome is to us today. Ubisoft nailed this sensation of ancient within ancient. Look closely at the Great Pyramid in the game. The smooth, white limestone casing stones are stripped away at the bottom, revealing the rough blocks underneath, but they still gleam white near the top. This is historically precise. We know the valuable white limestone was gradually stolen over millennia to build other cities, like Cairo. In 49 BCE, this looting process was well underway but not finished, creating a visual mix of a pristine monument and a decaying ruin. But let's talk about the Sphinx. In the game, you find it buried up to its shoulders in sand, and yes, its face is painted with striking colors. You might think this is an artistic liberty, but historians actually agree with this depiction. The Sphinx has been buried by the shifting sands of the Sahara multiple times in history. In fact, a real limestone stele from a pharaoh named Thutmose IV describes him digging it out 1,000 years before the game takes place. By Bayek's time, the desert had reclaimed it again. And regarding the paint, traces of red pigment have actually been found on the Sphinx's face and yellow on the headdress. The game developers didn't invent this vibrant look, they resurrected it. They also made a bold choice regarding the Sphinx's nose. In the game, it's already missing. While legend often blames Napoleon's troops for shooting it off, sketches from centuries before Napoleon show the nose was already gone. By placing the missing nose in 49 BCE, Ubisoft aligns with the theory that it was destroyed much earlier, perhaps by a Sufi iconoclast in the 14th century, or even earlier during political upheavals. But the outside of the monuments is just the beginning. The most shocking accuracy detail isn't what you see on the surface, but what was hidden inside the Great Pyramid. A secret that modern science only confirmed after the game was released. Before we get inside, look at the life around the plateau. In movies, Giza is usually depicted as a solemn, quiet ghost town. In Origins, it is a bustling industrial complex. This is a brilliant historical correction. The plateau wasn't just a cemetery, it was a functioning administrative hub with temples, worker villages, and active priesthoods maintaining the cults of dead kings. The game shows priests conducting rituals and tourists, yes, ancient tourists, visiting the sites. You can even find graffiti in the game left by Greek travelers, which is based on actual graffiti found by archaeologists on the monuments. The game captures the feeling of a civilization living on top of its own history. You see tomb robbers and looters everywhere in the game, which accurately reflects the social decline and lawlessness that plagued Egypt during the Ptolemaic civil wars. Now for the interior. Navigating the Great Pyramid in the game feels claustrophobic and confusing, which is exactly how it feels in real life. But here is where things get spooky. In the game, there are secret rooms and corridors above the Grand Gallery that, at the time of development, were just theories proposed by French architect Jean-Pierre Houdin. Ubisoft decided to include these theoretical chambers in the map design to make the gameplay more interesting. Here is the crazy part. In November 2017, just weeks after the game launched, the Scan Pyramids project used muon radiography to discover a massive void inside the Great Pyramid. Where was it located? Almost exactly where Ubisoft placed the secret rooms in the game. They didn't just recreate history, they accidentally predicted the future of archaeology. The void suggests that the internal ramp theories used by the developers might be the actual way the pyramid was constructed. Assassin's Creed Origins certainly takes liberties with magical staffs and giant snakes, but when it comes to the Giza Plateau, it serves as one of the most immersive digital museums ever created. It reminds us that these monuments weren't always monochrome ruins, but vibrant, living parts of a complex society. It strips away the Victorian romanticism of Egypt and gives us the gritty, colourful and sandy reality. So I have to ask, if you could use the Animus to visit Giza in its prime, to see the painted monuments, or visit it during its construction to see exactly how they moved those massive stones, which era would you choose? Let me know your choice in the comments below.